Hello and welcome on 360 Sport on Trust TV. It's time to take you around the globe with the world of sport. Now we just have to look at the Nigerian League, where referees have been told not to be intimidated, coming from the Nigerian Referee Association, and lots more of these that will be taken on the show. I am Adeni Achishafe. Joining me is Jide Odushola. Good to have you, Jide.
Good afternoon. Good to be again.
Okay, it's actually evening. Maybe the weather is changing your face. Now, let's look at the first story that I said earlier. NRA tells Nigerian referee not to be intimidated as games will be coming up. Matches are ongoing right now in the MPFL and also not forgetting the Women's League, NWFL. But they are telling them, don't be afraid. Do your duty, carry it out, and at least be fair in your officiating so that no one will be able to say, okay, you didn't do your job well. And let's know whatever happens, and we'll be able to at least guide.
To me, is that the proper advice to the referees? When we know what happens with the referees with the club themselves, we know how the clubs try to manipulate the referees to put calls in their favor. So by telling them that they should do their job, are you giving them the necessary tools and the protection to do their job well? We have seen cases where players, fans invade pitches and they beat up referees. Why? Because probably the referee did not give a call that would favor the home team. So NRA should do more than just talking. Act on the fact that your referees, your members they are endangered species who need to be protected at all costs. And the fact that some clubs, should I say in quotes, buy referees, that should stop. So why are clubs buying referees? In quotes, probably okay. Some clubs will bring in the coach, the referee, lodge him in a good hotel, pay for his flight or his transport, still give him some money. Why won't that referee now
do their bidding?
Of course. So if the referees are an entirely different body from the whole system, then all these issues about referee giving out wrong calls or trying to favor a particular team against another team will stop. So anyway, they should do more than just talking. They say, do your job. How would they do their job? If you're not paying them well, clubs should have no reason to be paying referees at all. They should have no reason, either formally or informally. Clubs should not have anything to do with referees. Let the NRA and whatever body source funds separately that be paying referee for each, take care of their accommodation, take care of their travel allowances, and plus their match bonuses. Don't leave this to the clubs, because the clubs, of course, he who pays the pipers dictates the tune. That's just it basically. So let the NRA do more than just this. To me, is lip service.
Well, if you look at the Nigerian league, both for women, both for men, talking about the MPFL, NNL, NLO, it has always been like this for years, and yet the issue of referee indemnity. We've been talking about this.
And most of them, they've not been paid for years. That there were calls for them. I think recently, or let me say last year, thereabouts, the referees were demanding for their monies. That they've not been paid for several months, several years, and you expect them to put in their best
when they can easily be bought over.
Thank you. So if you're owing them so much money from the past, how do you expect them now to not to do the bidding of the highest bidders? They'll pay them, okay, and they'll put up with your controversial penalties
or whatever it is, just to at least appease someone that is actually taking care of them.
Simple. So I don't know. They know the cause, the root of this problem. Then they should address that root and ensure that NRA is an independent body, not dependent on wherever. You should look at Europe. That they all claim to follow. Do you see the English referee? Of course, they make errors, they make mistakes as well, but it is not as glaring.
That they cannot be easily being bought over by these clubs.
Yes, you cannot see, even though there are claims that in the times of Ferguson time, all those, but all those are banters. But you cannot see glaringly that a referee is favoring a particular European club over another club. No, it does not happen. It might be happening behind the scene, but in Nigeria it is open that okay, a referee that can be blamed, maybe a back canopy that they're playing now, and Mbappe just gets one controversial penalty.
Just a little infringement, they turn into penalty.
Penalty. Just any small touch, as far as the other player falls into the penalty, boom, boom, penalty.
Just to appease the other team.
It should not be.
So the fact that the Nigerian Referee Association are saying, okay, don't be intimidated, play your, officiate your game.
Why won't they be scared when they see fans behind them shouting
and throwing stones and all that?
Threatening them that if you don't do this, you will not live your life. Won't they do what
insecurity,
the fans,
part of another thing that they need to work on.
Won't they do what the fans want so that they can leave the stadium alive and go back to their families? So you say they should not be intimidated. What are you doing to ensure that they're not intimidated? So then I don't want to get...
okay, let me ask you this. What do you think? What are those things you think we should do, at least to better the lot of referee in Nigeria?
One, their welfare is very, very important.
One?
And don't pay them peanuts.
Pay them well.
Pay them well.
So that they will not be easily cowed to do the biddings of other teams.
Take care of their transportation. Take care of their feeding. Take care of accommodation. And of course, their match bonuses and everything. Give it to them as when you do not owe them. Don't owe them even for a week. Pay them as at when due. As they are traveling, pay them ahead. So
at least that will give you the chance to be able to, if there is any erring ref, you can deal with them.
You have that moral obligation now to sanction that referee without fear of, oh, you did this, please, you are suspended for the next
1 year or 2 leagues or whatever it is.
Or seize his license, thereabout. And again, let these referees go for international trainings. Link them up with UEFA referee, link them up with CAF refereeing association. Let them go for this training and pay. Referees shouldn't pay for their trainings. Yes, they can pay little amount for them too, but any other thing that has to be done, let the body be taken care of by the association.
After all, the peak is not that all of them will be taken once.
It's not a shame that in CAF, look at in Cameroon now, in CAF, there was no single Nigerian referee, center referee. We had only one Nigerian referee, and that was linesman. No Nigerian referee refereed any match from the first game to the last game. Not one.
60-something matches.
Not one Nigerian was a center referee, and the only Nigerian had in Cameroon was linesman, assistant referee, linesman. Even at CAF Champions League or CAF Confederations Cup, how many Nigerian referees do we see taking charges of these matches? World Cup, how many Nigerian referees were invited for the last World Cup in Russia? None. So what are we talking about? That because our stock has gone down because of the way the Nigerian referees behave, and I don't blame them anyway. It's because of the society and their insecurity and everything. But then let the NRA do the needful and ensure that at least it's a shame even on African soil that as big as Nigeria is.
We don't have one at least that you can mention. At least if you think of if you think of Gambia, you think of Gazama, right?
Yes. Let me mention a Nigerian referee that has that international clout.
That you can think of Nigeria, then think of so person that, okay, they have this particular ref. And then you remember when you think of, you remember Colina, remember Gazama, at least there are so many refs.
Colina, we all see him as one of the best, if not the best referee. And of course, he's in charge of the FIFA referee committee or association, whatever it is. So because of his pedigree, while he was still active, when he was still active. So how many Nigerian referees can we say are involved at international level?
Let's even start from CAF. Let's not even go international yet.
Okay,
let's even look at CAF.
It's international anyway. So, I mean, on the African stage, how many do we have?
Both for men and women.
Yes, the women might be a little bit lucky. I think 1 or 2.
Because I think I recall a lady, these qualifiers, the All-Con qualifiers, Madu was appointed to be...
I think the women are still a little bit better than...
the men.
But it's still minute. We have over how many countries in Africa? So we cannot have let Nigeria at least take at least 6 to 7 spots. Come on. And we call ourselves Giants of Africa.
Well, no, we will get it right. Don't worry. I mean, it is what it is. We just be looking at...
we will get it right.
The NRA.
Are we going to get it right?
Don't worry. I will take you to NRA so that you can talk with them. Now, let's move away from that issue. Well, we just so that all this will actually be done right, so that our football, our sport, can just be actually followed well. We need to do some things right in this country when it comes to sport. Sport is very, very huge. It's a very big sector that can change so many things when it comes to employment, when it comes to revenue. All we need to do is to do it right. NRA there telling Nigerian referee not to be intimidated, but that's just words. What about the action? We leave that aside as we talk about a particular club from Southwest. Shooting Stars of Ibadan, recently they got a general manager, or rather a sole administrator. Before then, an acting general manager was appointed in the person of Lawal Oladimeji. But now, the story that came out later was that they appointed a sole administrator, and LMC are saying no. LMC are against sole administrator appointment for clubs. They've written a letter to Shooting Stars of Ibadan telling them why that particular move made by the governor of the state, Governor Makinde, may not just augur well for Shooting Stars of Ibadan, because that is not according to the law that governs the country. Look at the letter, appointment of a sole administrator coming from LMC to the secretary of the Oyo State government there. It has come to our attention that the sole administrator has been appointed to manage the affairs of the club. This involves that all residual powers and responsibilities relating to the administration of the club be vested in a single individual instead of a constituted board of directors or group of administrators. Being informed that this appointment is at variance with the provisions of Article 12 of the NFF Club Licensing Regulations and runs afoul of the contemplation of Rule A6 of the Framework and Rules of the Nigerian Professional Football League. Consequent to the above, the purported appointment is invalid and will not be acknowledged by the League Management Company LMC. It is therefore advised that this appointment be reviewed to ensure compliance with the provisions of extant football regulations. The above is for your information and compliance. Coming from CEO of LMC there. Looking at that particular letter, although I should just say are yet to comply, to respond or to comply. But I was wondering, when they appointed Lawal Oladimeji as the acting general manager, well, they know better, but I was thinking maybe they will upgrade him to become the general manager automatically after the demise of the former one.
Yeah, yes.
But the next thing you heard that sole administrator, and look at what LMC has written as a letter to them.
Yeah, it's against the rules of the...
Very invalid.
It's against the rules of LMC. And Shooting Stars, of course, they know the rules as well too. So I would blame whoever is advising the governor. The governor,
yes.
Yeah, Shey Makinde of going for that. But of course, Shey Makinde might not even know these rules.
Of course, because these are very technical. It's a very technical side of football. You may not know. You just look at
probably Commissioner of Sports or his advisor on sports affairs.
Now look at this play. That be informed that this appointment is at variance with the provision of Article 12 of NFF Club Licensing Regulations, which how many people knows, even the footballer, how many people know NFF Club Licensing Regulations?
Shooting Stars themselves, every club, of course, will have the book, the
rule book, yes, constitution.
With them. So for them to have avoided, to have gone beyond or against the...
That it means the Commissioner of Sports, whoever is in charge about the appointment should have notified the governor about, this thing he wants to do
is wrong.
It's going to be wrong. That means even they are not in the know. They are not in the know, so, because if they know they will have, or maybe they felt, it's not Nigeria, anything can happen, right?
Maybe. And probably maybe there's a need for LMC now to do probably a workshop, a workshop to put all these clubs up to date on the new. The club can feign ignorance. I don't know. I cannot tell right now. But if LMC has said this is against our rules, I expect by now, Shooting Stars or the governor should have cancelled that appointment. Because now, if you are vesting the powers of a club into the hands of one person, that's almost like dictatorship.
Of course,
because
it is.
His word is final. Nobody can say no. If he says yes, nobody can say no. But if you have a board,
at least they can sit, they can have meeting.
Yes, there'll be divergent views for or against, and everybody now come to a conclusion. But leaving the powers of a club into the hands of one person
as a sole administrator,
will not all go well for the club and in the long run for the league. Because if 3SC does this, every other club also...
They will also fall at least to that particular style.
So there are rules and regulations. Then this thing boils down to the fact that let us have the round pegs in round holes. Now, over the years, it's a common knowledge that governors, appoint people to become sports persons in these clubs as political favor.
Yes,
not because they know about football, about the club, but as a favor for supporting me to become a governor or supporting me to become whatever it is. That should stop. That should stop. So there's a need for that's another story from that anyway. But then these are the root causes. But if you know about those rules, you will not advise the governor to appoint
a social administrator for a club.
Yes.
And look at Shooting Star just coming back and at least trying to see how they can get back to that old history again. And this is happening. Well, after they appointed Lawal Aladimi as acting manager, a general manager, I was really, well, let's see, maybe. Or what if they go on title, okay, now I will no longer do social administration, I will still appoint the same man as general manager. Good, but there must be a board.
Yes, there must be a board.
Okay.
You can't have a sole administrator as a board.
So the mistake that was made is at least for calling him, at least attesting that sole administrator. But now, if it's going to be general manager, you have board members.
So what happens to the former board of the
acting
of the previous
the one that died?
That died.
Well, that's a question for your state government. I won't be able to answer that.
It just occurred to me now.
Now, where is that particular board of the late general manager of 3XC before they appointed Lawal Oladimeji as acting manager? And I'm sure, as he was appointed as acting general manager, that means he inherited the board of the late GM.
So that means by appointing him as a son,
they have counsel, or would they be working with the sole administrator?
It's not possible.
Who knows?
For it to have called him sole administrator, that means he's solely in charge of the administration of the club.
But this is Nigeria, you know. Maybe they are having.
So that means you and I should do some investigation on why. So where is the previous board of the?
At times, when you discuss Nigerian sports, just one topic, just one issue can take you forward because you begin to see another side, human angle, financial angle, infrastructure angle.
Side now. Where's the other board?
Where's the other board that will be led by the former, the late general manager? Okay, if the former board were actually considered to become a member of the acting general manager, what happens to the sole administrator that has been appointed? Is he going to, okay, he's working alone, right? Then what happens to the other board? They are being rendered out of the...
Maybe we'll work on that. We'll get more facts about that.
Talking about Nigerian football, well, LMC writing that letter at Shooting Stars of Ibadan, letting them know that it's invalid and is against the constitution of Nigerian football for the fact that they appointed a sole administrator for Shooting Stars. Well, from there, let's digress a bit. Let's at least leave issues alone. Let's talk about some matches that will be coming up over there. Over there in the FA Cup fixtures. Quickly, let's look at the FA Cup fixture that will be coming up. Chelsea will play against Luton Town. They have to be very careful. All these small clubs can be very giant killing. Luton against Chelsea, Southampton versus West Ham, and you have Liverpool, Norwich City. Quickly, let's look at this match.
Okay, like I said, Chelsea should be very careful against these small clubs. Small clubs, they have nothing to lose. If they win, good news for them. If they lose, it's expected.
They have nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose. So, but the big one they get to me is Liverpool, Norwich. Norwich, of course, they'll not be doing too well as well too. And Liverpool, they're high flying right now, so they should be careful anyway. Norwich,
because they are pursuing. They want to go quadruple. They want to see if they can win all the four.
All the four
trophies.
I know that they cannot win all the 4 trophies anyway.
Why are you so? Why did you say that?
No, it's not possible.
It's not possible.
Something must happen. Something must happen along the way.
Now I wish I can invite some Liverpool fans to come and bombard you here.
At the point they'll work alone.
Okay.
But be as it may, of course, they've gotten their first trophy last week. So against Norwich, Norwich have not been doing too well. So they have the opportunity of trying to. Norwich might want to prove a point that even though we're not doing too well, we can still defeat Liverpool.
Now, what if Liverpool wins?
Yeah, if they win, good for them. They go on to the next.
No, what if they win the FA Cup?
Oh, if they win the FA Cup.
That means
they
are running after 4.
That's
they have
double.
won. Yes.
So
that will be 2. Then the league is still open for anyone because 6 points is. They have a game in hand to play at Handra. So now, and you have a Champions League. They are still there.
I don't want to win the Champions League. I'm supporting my own club to win the league.
Which club is that?
Real Madrid now, of course.
Oh my goodness! After winning the 4th.
Even though we lost against PSG in the first leg, of course they'll come to Bernabeu.
I will hold you on that. Who knows? Maybe PSG will just this time around. They've been knocking at the door of Champions League. Maybe it's going to open for them this time around. You guys have won it 11 times.
That's right.
Let's see if the Betra will still stand this season. Talking about stories on banters there concerning football. Let's quickly move away from the FA Cup fixtures where Luton playing against Chelsea and Liverpool against Norwich City. Now let's move straight to talk about the Spanish La Liga fixture and also the Spanish Copa del Rey. Let's look at those matches that will be coming up there. Valencia versus Atletico Bilbao in the Copa del Rey. That's a big match there. You just have to look at who will win. For aggregate wise, it's still 1-1, but the second leg is coming up, and they just have to, one team must win, one team must qualify between Bilbao and Valencia. Let's look at the Spanish La Liga fixture now. La Liga fixture will also be coming up. A match will be coming up in La Liga, and we just have to quickly look at it. Now, well, we move away straight to German DFB Cup fixtures quickly. Let's look at the German Cup that will also be coming up today there in matches that will be played in the German DFB Cup fixture. Now, well, if you are still waiting for that, let's go to France. Let's look at the French Coupe de France as we look at all the match that will be coming up again. Nantes versus Monaco will be playing today. Nantes, Monaco, that will be a match that a lot of people want to see. Mostly Simon versus Monaco. That player really has been outstanding this season.
Yeah. Daddy Moses Simon. He has been outstanding against for Nantes and going against the Monaco, one of the biggest clubs in French league. So it's going to be a tight one for him as well. So he's going to show himself again that yes, I'm talking about Simon now. That yes, I'm very good to play at the highest point of football and everything. So Simon has been very, very fantastic for his club this season, and of course he took that form to Nigeria as well too. And we hope to see that same form, a better form.
Do you see him then, at least him performing, at least if he's featured against Monaco today?
Yes, of course. He's one of the biggest players in that club right now. So they cannot afford to drop him. They might rest him for other smaller matches, but not against a club like Monaco. Not at this point of this competition. They will now drop Daddy Moses Simon. So it's a good one for him. He's been doing very well, and he's on point with the club. So hopefully we get to see him, perform better, bring up his A game. Bring up his A game against bigger clubs as well too. And we saw what he did against PSG the last time out, where he will not make the Messi. So we look forward to seeing him doing very well again and again and again. And hopefully he bring this form to the Super Eagles when we play against Ghana this month. So let's see what Simon will do.
Let's see what Simon will do as he's slowly playing against Monaco today over there at the French Coupe de France. Let's quickly look at the fixture in the Spanish La Liga that we earlier mentioned. Real Sociedad will be against Mallorca. That will be a match that will be coming up in La Liga fixture. Real Sociedad, they've been among the top teams there, even though they are not among the top two, but at least they are closing the gap alongside Real Betis. You just can't write those two teams off this season. They've been fantastic alongside Sevilla, and not forgetting Real Madrid, the team that have been at least manning the table there. Well, Mallorca, Real Sociedad.
Tough one. I'll go for Real Sociedad against Mallorca. Yeah.
Why? Because of the name, or because you believe?
They are doing better than Mallorca at the moment. So it's a tough call as well too. But of course, I'll go for Real Sociedad against Mallorca today. Okay,
now let's look at PSG's story. PSG are ready to go over the board to get Kylian Mbappe to stay with them. Kylian Mbappe has been rumored to at least agree to move to Real Madrid at the Santiago Bernabeu. But it is, PSG are ready to supply the cash, and they want to make Mbappe the highest paid footballer in the world by offering him a whopping €50 million per year contract. They want to make him stay with them, and really PSG are trying everything possible to entice a French player to stay over there in France at the Parc des Princes.
Like I've said, football now is an advanced. I don't know, the money there in football is
somebody said, like it's juju money.
It's crazy, and Apparently, maybe my son, he has to go into football.
By force, my father has also played football.
No, the kind of money being bandied around these players is just crazy. Now they want to make Pape
50 million pounds, euro rather.
Nobody earns that right now. So if they pay Pape that money, is good. That's off the roof.
4 million pounds is going to be amount if you split that money per week.
Let's not calculate that.
4 million euro, I beg your pardon.
Let's not calculate. Let's not calculate.
Then per year, 50 million. Then if you sign 4 years, that means it's already.
Don't give yourself high blood
euro.
pressure. But this money is just too crazy. Honestly,
it's just a way to hold him down. They don't want to leave.
Yeah, and he has agreed in principles to join Real Madrid, and you know that Real Madrid is a bigger club than PSG, no matter what.
What if Real Madrid offer 60?
They might not offer him that much money per se.
The joy of playing
for Real Madrid, that prestige that, yes, I play for Real Madrid, and he has the better chances of becoming the world best player in Madrid than in PSG. And of course, he's a young player. He's still very, very young. He has a lot of years ahead of him. So he needs that prestige. Like when Mourinho came to Madrid, to coach Madrid, he said, a coach CV is not complete
without coming to coach Real Madrid.
That should show the prestige, the glamour. And Real Madrid players, they live large. They give them cars, new cars every year. Hospital bills. No, so he will get everything Madrid. So he should come to Madrid, and of course, he has done his part for PSG.
You are saying this because that's your club, so you are trying to at least stylishly.
Yes, you can say that.
Good one there with Jide Olushola. It has been a wonderful time talking sports on Trust TV. Well, 360 Sports is the show, and we always give you the best when it comes to sport reportage. Now, Jide, thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, thank you for having me again.
I am Adeni Ajishafe. Do not forget to join us on our social media platforms. Thanks for watching.